What should I go with? Eddie or Edwin? Because back home, everyone calls me Eddie.
Oh,
the name just, I don't know where the name just came from. Because my family doesn't call me Eddie.
Your family doesn't even call you?
No, my full name is Edwin Courage Liberty.
Oh, wow. Wait. Let's start this from the beginning because this is interesting and we're already rolling. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the capsule. We are here. We are actually in a new home at the one and only Sadler's Wells in Angel. We are being supported by Breakin Convention as the podcast was homeless for a minute. And Breakin Convention said, don't worry, we got you. And now we have this beautiful setup at Sadler's Wells in Angel, thanks to Breakin Convention. So yeah, massive shout out to them. We're going to be based here for now. And what else? We are going to work on this setup and build it up. This is our first day in here. So yeah, we're going to be working on that, building up the setup, making it look pretty. People that are tuning in just by your headphones, just imagine a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic space. Also, I look really good today if you're not looking at the camera, just so you know. We also have a massive special guest in the building. We have Eddie from Australia. There's no way we're getting through a whole interview without me attempting the accent. That's got to be like in the top 5 most annoying things as an Australian.
I mean, I get it a lot, so I love it.
So wait, let's go back to what you were just saying.
Yeah.
We'll leave the beginning in probably, but what you were just saying. So your full name is what?
So my full name is, well, happy to be here.
Yeah.
Yes, lovely to be here. We were just chatting before the whole podcast started, but yeah, my full name is Edwin Courage Liberty.
That is sick.
Yeah, so Courage is my middle name.
Okay.
Family, cousins, like they all call me that back home. And then dance friends call me Eddie.
Okay.
School was Edwin, because obviously it's school. But yeah, Eddie has just been like the new name everyone decides.
So like growing up, people know you as Edwin.
Yeah, growing up, everyone knew me as Edwin. No matter like, I think it's like, if you knew me from like, it depends the time period you knew me from. So if you knew me from young, you'll call me what? Courage.
Yeah.
And if you met me in an era where I was like in school, just doing me, like Edwin was just like the natural.
Okay.
Yeah. When I left school, that's when it was like Eddie.
And now we're in the Eddie era.
We're in the Eddie era. I think we'll stay like that forever.
Okay, fair.
Because it's easy, simple.
Yeah, easy to remember. And for those that don't know, I met you the first time in India.
Yeah.
But Kieran actually messaged me about, I don't know if he told you this, but Kieran messaged me so we met on the Monday night or when was the bracket reveal? Tuesday night.
Monday night I arrived.
Yeah, so we met on Tuesday night at the bracket reveal thing.
Yeah.
And then it was like Wednesday morning, I think, India time, like Kieran messaged me being like, yo, there's a guy out there, like young gen from Australia, maybe hit him up while you're out there, like he's super cool, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I met this guy last night. Yeah. So we would have met either way, basically. Yeah. But yeah, we met obviously there because you had won the Australia qualifier.
National qualifier, yeah.
Was that in Sydney?
Yeah, the national qualifier was in Sydney, yeah.
And how did you find, just before we move on to you, how did you find Red Bull?
Red Bull was
interesting.
It was a interesting, 3 words, interesting, fun, and like an experience for sure. It was one of those where I was like, fuck, I'm having the time of my life.
Sick.
Like being around like dancers who are high level, like just different culture, like especially in India as well. Yeah. It was actually my first time battling internationally.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because a lot of my stuff I did back home.
Right.
Yeah, and being around that energy was crazy, and it was a lot to take from that.
Yeah, I bet. And yeah, because also, can you tell everyone how old you are, because you don't look your age?
Okay, so I'm 19 years old, yeah.
And you've been dancing how long?
I've been dancing now 10 years.
Oh, wow.
10 years.
Okay.
I've been dancing my whole life, but my first ever time being in a dance environment with someone was like around 10 years ago. So breaking was my first dance style I learned.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, wait, there's so many tangents to go on. So first, let's go back to Red Bull. So that's your first time ever battling internationally.
International, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
And that's quite a big, first of all, battle and also trip to do, like at 19, I would imagine.
Yeah.
How was that like in terms of like being on those stages and stuff? Like, have you done a lot of stuff like that, or was it quite intimidating being there?
I'm trying to be humble enough, but
it
wasn't actually intimidating. Like I thought I'd be very intimidated, but back home, I battle quite a lot, and like I also do commercial like work as well.
Got you.
So I'm used to the whole live show thing,
Fair.
performing live and like entertaining a crowd. So I was able, like back home, I was doing tours and all that stuff. So it wasn't as scary because I just knew I had to do, like I had a job to do, which was be entertaining. And like, we all know the Red Bull game and the difference from the Red Bull game and the battle game. So like, that was kind of like, I wouldn't say I was intimidated that much.
Fair.
Yeah, I wasn't that intimidated.
But also it makes sense if you've done work. Like I said this when I was talking to the guy that won the UK one, Kyron, when we spoke before, but I was like, you know, people that are used to big stages, it's like, I mean, in any battle you already have an advantage, but especially at Red Bull, because it's like your job is to like get crowds on your side. And like a lot of battlers don't have that skill or haven't practiced it, and it's like, you know, it's scary sometimes battling people like you guys who are like comfortable. I was quite the opposite when I first started as well. I was used to like what battle was, and then like when I started doing more live shows and stuff, like I started to like find to mesh the both together, being able to battle with skill and still being entertaining as well. Because like at the end of the day, it's like people are watching you, so like I think the entertainment aspect within Red Bull or any battle is actually it's very underrated. I think underrated.
Yeah, it's an underrated thing. Like I feel like no one really pays attention to like the entertainment aspect of a battle.
You mean in terms of when they're battling at Dance Your Style?
Yeah, when they battle at a regular battle, actually, Dance Your Style, like it's kind of like self-explanatory as well. So like, I think like at a regular battle, I think Dance Your Style has actually like, in a way, actually helped me as well too, to like do other battles as well and being like entertaining and also mashing that with like skill as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So you said you started with breaking, but now what's your main style?
Hip hop.
Okay.
So I started breaking 10 years ago. Like that was like the first style I pretty much learnt, and then I was doing that for a while, and then from there I was like very on and off with dancing, and then when I got to like high school, transitioned into a bit of choreography, and then was still freestyling at the time as well, and then like stopped again because I had an injury as well, like at the time, and then I ended up like just stopping dancing, and then like it wasn't until like pandemic happened, that's when I was like, okay, I want to like try again and see how it goes.
Right.
And then I ended up finding a circle that I call pretty much my family right now in Sydney, like them, and like those are who I call family, and like I just train with them as well.
Sick.
Yeah.
So what's the like general, I mean, it's a big question to ask, but like what's the general scene like in Australia for like, I have a little bit of contact or a little bit of insight with the commercial choreography scene a little bit. I don't know if you know my friend Alex Carson. She's like my age, so she might be like, I don't know if you know, she's like commercial. She lives in LA now.
No.
But yeah, if I showed you videos, you might be like, oh yeah, I recognize her. But like, she's told me a lot about kind of the commercial side.
Yeah.
But like for battles, is there like I don't know, like what would be your take on like the scene? Like which styles are big? How is the scene? How many battles are there? Are there a lot? Like,
with the Australian scene, like we've got two sides of dancing there. So the commercial side, like I've done both sides. So like, with the battle scene, we don't have that much battles as a community. Our community is very small. I think now we're kind of like starting to like really grow as a community. I think like, as a community, we're like growing together. And with the battle scene, the styles that are more dominant is popping.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a guy, Keanu?
Keanu.
Yeah, he's dope.
So Keanu, Jiggy Jaya.
Oh, yeah, he's...
Yeah, those guys
fire.
like...
Jiggy is he seen as like one of the best there right now?
Yeah, okay. He's like, he's valid.
Yeah.
he's valid.
Because he's sick.
Yeah, he's sick. So Keanu, Jiggy Jaya, Poppin' Jack, which is the main guy.
Okay.
That taught like them as well.
Okay.
He's like Poppin' Jack's like the main guy of like Sydney, as in like the community aspect. He does a lot for the community there. Yeah, he's like the popping teacher. So like if you're in Sydney, regular classes every week.
Sick.
Popping Nation.
He's like the OG kind of.
He's like the OG of the scene. Yeah. So like he knows everyone as well. Okay, so sick. Like yeah. So Poppin' Jack, Keanu, Jiggy Jaya, KO, Stale Biscuits. Those guys, they really like paved the way for like popping, and stuff in Sydney, in Australia as a whole as well. But yeah, popping dominates like in our scene there.
And I guess if you've got a few really good people, it's like it's more inspiring for the younger kids to like, I want to do popping too. And then,
even the younger kids as well. Like there's like there's young gems over there that are like
sick
on their way. So like, it's very inspiring. Even watching the poppers, like I don't do popping myself, but like watching it and like seeing it, it's like, it's enjoyable. Like I love it.
Sick.
I love seeing it. Yeah.
And for the other styles, so like obviously you do hip hop, but like where did you encounter hip hop to get into it, if you know what I mean?
So like with hip hop over there, like we've got like a pretty good community when it comes to hip hop. Like obviously like hip hop, and then there's like Light Feet. We've got Kieran Crow.
Okay.
He like kind of like is like the guy like when it comes to like hip hop, Light Feet, like our scene and stuff. So like holds it down.
Yeah. Kieran Warner was saying there's some good people out there.
Yeah, there's some good people out there. We've got like the crew Kapow as well. So that right now we like started like the start of this year, I think. So like pretty much it's like myself and then a couple other boys. Like we just we just have fun with dancing. So like I feel like that's been the best part about this year as well too. Dancing with those guys when it comes to like and so if there's not that many battles, like how does it kind of, what is there a lot of stuff that's like session based? There's a lot of sessions. There's a lot of sessions that happen over in Sydney, like even other parts of Australia as well, in Melbourne as well. There's sessions there. There's a scene there as well. But there's not that much battle, but there's a time where like there's peak period where there's like a lot of battles happening, and then there'll be like a moment where like it would be very quiet. But
what's like peak period? Like how many battles are we talking like in a month?
There was a period like from like September that we have like this main event where it's called Destructive Steps.
Okay.
And it would happen like September, and then there'll be some battles lined up before then for that. So like the main battle in September, they'll fly out international judges and like have guests and stuff do that.
And then other events kind of pop up around that.
Other events pop up around that, and then like some stuff will happen at the end of the year as well.
Okay, interesting. So I guess it's like that must be. Well, I'm trying to think of like obviously the UK's like evolution and stuff, but it's like if there's less battles, is it harder then to convince people to get into the style? Because it's like I don't know, if you do commercial classes when you're young, there's jobs like straight away. If you do you like if you're going to do show, like there's shows that are available, but if you do a battle style but there isn't as many battles, it's harder for the scene to grow, I guess.
There's not that much battle, so that's why I think it's with Australia it's very hard for the scene to like us to grow, but there's a lot of sessions that happen, like people jam with each other here and there and stuff.
So do you find it's a bit more of a community based thing then, like you maybe get on with each other a bit more than
I think
maybe we do?
I was speaking to Frankie about it, Frankie J, because he's been in Australia quite a few times. So he was just saying it's like it's just a community thing. Like I think us as a community, we're just like it's slowly happening, but I think we just need to be together more and like
because I guess if you don't have that competition element, then maybe it's like less reason to have issues with each other because you're not trying to battle each other all the time. Although issues always pop up.
Yeah, issues will always pop up anyway. So
that's true. So the other thing that's interesting with, which I think people forget about countries like Australia, but also like Canada is one of them. I mean, even the States to an extent. But it's like for us, especially I'm talking European dancers, we grow up with the we accept that you could just pop to another country anytime. Like for us to go to France is nothing. Italy, Germany, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, not nothing, but it's very easy comparatively to the rest of the world. Yeah. And then you go to Australia and it's like you can fly however many hours and you're still in Australia. Like, so I guess that must, even for you guys, like, do you have much contact with other, like for people in Sydney, do you have much contact with other cities in Australia?
Yes, we actually do, yeah.
Okay.
Like, there'll be times where like there'll be a battle in another state called Melbourne.
Yeah.
So
how far is that from you guys?
Melbourne's like an hour 30 flight.
Okay, not too. That's like our France kind of.
Yeah, but like the drive there is fucking long.
Is it?
Yeah, it's long. It's like someone was saying it's like the drive from Melbourne to Australia is like Europe, like driving down to Europe.
Oh
like,
shit!
Like I was like, damn, it's a big country.
But like, how much would a flight, that hour and a half flight, like how much would that be, approximately?
Ooh. Depends when you're going.
Right. But is it like, because like say for us, like, I don't know, you could get a flight to Paris for like less than 100 quid or 100 quid. Do you know what I mean?
Shit.
So it's like, is yours like way?
A little bit more.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of you guys.
Yeah.
Like you guys can just easily go to like any places as well too. So like.
Yeah, no, this was a long time ago now, but I flew to Portugal and back for £30 once. Like a return flight to Portugal. I was like, yes. Oh, that's not typical of European.
A return is crazy.
Yeah.
That's like, did you say £30?
Yeah.
And that's like $60.
Yeah. Return flight for that. No, I have to say this was in like 2011, but still.
That's like a meal, like a couple meals right there.
Yeah.
£60.
I mean, even now, to be honest, I was looking at flights the other day. Where was I looking at flights to? Somewhere in Europe. And I did find flights for like 70 quid somewhere.
Shit.
I forget where it was. It was for an event. Maybe Lithuania or something. Yeah, it might have been Lithuania or Netherlands or something. It was like, like 60, 70 quid. But that's the other thing, say with Australia, it's like it must be hard, like not only money, but also time-wise.
Time-wise,
Get
like,
to these places.
Literally, like within Australia, it's like takes a while to get to certain places as well because of how big it is.
Yeah,
and then also like even to get to Europe, like it's a flight. It's a bit of it's a flight to get here.
I mean, for me, what was it? It's like 18, 20 hours something.
20, yeah. Because I was in like Ireland before I got here. So
oh, really? You went to Ireland first?
Yeah, I went to Ireland first before I got here as well. So like, I had like it was a long flight.
Yeah, I bet.
First time.
What was the reason coming here?
My reason coming here, so Red Bull, I was meant to come to India regardless.
Okay.
But me and my crew, cross colors, we did a camp in Ireland called Take Flight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we did that camp in Ireland. That was amazing. It's like, shout out Kerry. It was a really good camp. And then I ended up coming to London after the camp.
Right.
To chill for a bit, recover before I came to India.
Okay, so you flew from London.
I flew from Ireland to London.
And then from London to India and back?
Yeah.
Got you. So you were already here before. Fair.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Get the most out of the travels.
Yeah, I was trying to get a lot out. And everyone was thinking, oh, is he from London? I was like, I was in London, but I'm not from
London. Yeah.
I'm not from London.
But to be like, I mean, we don't have to talk too much about the ray gun situation, but I have to bring it up.
Yeah.
No, but the only reason I bring it up actually is because this is something I was thinking about, the qualifier and like people talking about the qualifiers for the Olympics.
Yeah.
And you can tell me if I'm accurate on this, but like my point was like, if there's a qualifier in Sydney, for example, it's not the same as there being a qualifier in London and everyone from Europe fly into London, because that's quite easy. But if there's a qualifier in Sydney, if you don't live in Sydney, it's quite difficult to get to Sydney, no? Yeah. And like, this is kind of the thing with the qualifiers or whatever. It's like, if we're talking about people that are able to fly to thing, then you discount all the people that can't afford it, all the people that have jobs and you know what I mean? So do you reckon that sort of thing factors into like the battles or the people entering these type of things?
Yeah, because of like expenses and like the economy we live in. So it's like pretty expensive to get to certain places like Perth. Do you know Perth?
I've heard of Perth. I don't know much about it.
that's a bit of a distance from Sydney as well. Like 6 hour flight.
Right.
Like, no, 4.5 hour flight. Yeah. So like, it's a bit of a trek to get to certain places within Australia. So yeah.
Right. So then, I guess this makes it harder for like I mean, with like say with that WDSF qualifier and stuff, it's like,
yeah.
I think because say with the ray gun thing, a lot of the questions was like, oh, is this like the best B girl in Australia? And it's like, it because where were do you know if that qualifier was in Sydney?
The qualifier, I didn't know too much about it because I was like in my own world
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like I was very busy at the time, but I know it was in Sydney. The qualifier was in, and people flew down to Sydney to do it.
But so that's the only people that entered that qualifier were the people that could afford.
Yeah, the people that could afford it. But like Australia, in terms of like the B girl scene there, I think there's a lot more B girls out there that have more to offer.
Right.
Like there's a lot more Australia has to offer. Just, I know obviously because of the whole situation that happened, it's like the internet will win. But
the internet never fails.
the internet will never fail. But I just think like, I didn't really think of it too much of a negative light because I just know Australia as a whole.
Yeah.
Like
you're more confident in,
and I'm I'm pretty confident in like the scene over there as well too. So like I feel like the females there, like not even just in breaking, like
in general,
in other styles as well, like can hold their own as well around the world. But yeah.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's such a thing that I think that we take for granted here, being able to like hop to different countries and stuff like that. But yeah, and I think that's also, I don't know how you found, I mean, you can tell me like, how did you find the international experience? Like, do you find it different from competing at home or performing at home?
Yeah, it was different. It was definitely different. Like it was a big difference. Like there was moments where I was like, oh shit, like I know this person. Like I've watched him before and I'm versing him. Yeah, I was like, I know who I'm versing right now. And I was just like, there was a moment where I like had to like think about what I was doing, but then I was like, okay, cool, get back to it.
Right.
That was like during the 5v5 as well. The 5v5 team battle. Yeah. So like the experience was very different. Yeah, it was very different.
So like, who did you battle that you were thinking that against?
Beast.
Okay.
It was Beast because I've been watching Beast for a minute. So when we went up against him, I was like, oh shit.
Like
holy fuck.
He's a real person.
Yeah, he's actually real. Like I've seen it in the flesh and it's against me. So like it was Beast and Geo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Beast and Geo for sure. And I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like I know who this guy is and he's like going off right now. So
and
like
Geo and James were on fire that day as well. Yeah. Especially in the hip hop.
I told James, I was like on the bus. I was like, bro, you're my MVP today.
Is it?
I don't care what anyone says. I was like, you were my MVP. Yeah, Gio and James, like, James, I was like, you just love hip hop, don't you? And he's like, yeah, bro. I was like, yeah, bro. Because I was very inspired by James. Like that weekend, he was one of the people who I was like, yeah, I'm inspired by you.
Oh, what is it about him that like made you feel like that specifically?
Because he's tall as well, and like, and how chill he was. How chill he was, and like, it just felt like the music was there, and he was just like playing around with it, like the whole time. Like there was a round where he did it, and I was just like, bro, you're just having fun, and like you made me feel like enjoy dancing, like the aspect of battling and the take away the competition bit. Even though he was like still like going for it, but like it was a battle against, I think, who did they verse in the semifinals?
Was it Dead Homies and Prada?
Probably them.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that was a good battle.
Yeah, that was a fucking good battle.
Yeah,
like Dead Homies as well. Like, yeah. There was a song they got. I was just like, fuck, you're like just playing around with this.
They're just like, yeah,
and like
so easy.
Yeah, that was one thing I was just inspired by, and he's just like in the song. Like it felt like the song was married to him.
Yeah.
Like even though it was like, I don't know if it was his first time hearing the song, but it felt like the song was married to him, and it was just like, bro, you're just on right now.
Yeah. And it's like he's not forcing anything.
He's not forcing anything. Yeah. Just music plays a big factor in battles as well. That was one thing I was like, yeah, it's like if the music ain't good, dancers will not. Yeah. Some dancers won't be able to like do their thing.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's also like, I think sometimes you have those dancers that is like, they look like that, and then if you talk to them after, they're like, oh, I hated that song. And you're like, what? Like,
I was like, what?
But you make it look so
yeah.
It's part of the performance, I guess. I mean, you might have had that in the Dance Your Style thing, you know?
Yeah, like, too many times, but it was cool though.
Well, it's like you have to, that's part of being a performer.
Yeah, it's part of being a performer. Like you'll realize, you'll be like, damn, what the fuck did I just do? But then everyone's like,
they loved it.
That was it.
Yeah.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, 100%. And is there, because you said you did like choreo and freestyle.
Yeah.
What's your like comparison between the two? Like, is there what certain things that you enjoy more about one or more about the other?
I mean, me personally, like, freestyle's always been there. So I've always been dancing. I've never really danced on a schedule, I guess, or being told to dance or like learn to choreography that much. I personally like enjoy freestyle like more because it's like, I feel like I can express myself and be free and be my authentic self within that.
More than in
choreography. I mean,
do you choreograph yourself also?
I do choreograph myself here and there, but like I'll choreograph and like just want to dance.
Okay. You're like, this is too structured.
Yeah, it's too structured, but like I'm kind of moving towards to like the whole choreographing, but then making my choreography feel like freestyle.
Sick.
Like that's how I kind of want to like niche off, especially when I want to do when I finally step and be like, okay, I'm gonna try this choreography thing. But yeah, between the two, I enjoy freestyle more. Like,
okay,
it's me.
Yeah,
it's me. But yeah,
so it's more like you're able to like find the freedom in that.
The freedom in like play has been the most important thing this whole trip. If I'm gonna be like playing in dance has been like the biggest takeaway of this whole India, Dublin, London, like even being in India, like watching the final as well, like play is like the most important thing. I've taken away from here.
So like, I mean, that was your lesson to yourself. Like, I need to play more.
Yeah, lesson to like, it was like a lesson where I was like, playing around more will just like, you'll just unlock way more. I think having a structured way of training, I mean, by all means, like whatever works for you works for you. But like, I think moving on, like I feel like for me, the music's first. Play with the music, and then you can do the whole technique exercise and all that stuff while you're in the music. For me, that's one of my biggest takeaways here. Yeah.
And is there, like, obviously you said the finals at Dance Your Style, but are there other examples of like moments where you were like, oh, that's teaching me that lesson?
Who was it? There's a lot of good dances there. There's quite a lot of good dances. There was a final, and then during the 5v5, so prepping for that.
Right. Oh, so prepping for it.
Prepping for the 5v5. So like learning off Waxy, because I was my team leader. Like when we were making up the routines, it was just like or just playing around. Like Rafina was just like playing around, and I was just like, yeah, like those. She inspired me a lot as well during the trip as well.
Me too.
So yeah, like I was like, shit, having a lot of fun.
Yeah. So the way they were creating the routines was more
the way we like created the routines as well and played around with it with the music as well. That was like something I was just like really enjoying. Like
sick. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good lesson. I think the play.
Yeah, the play, like just play.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. And so with the remind me who was on your team for the 5v5?
So for the 5v5, my team was Rafina, Waxy, Beastie, and Sir. What is his name? But I'm
Beastie
so sorry.
was from where?
Spain.
Beastie was from Spain.
Pop off from Spain.
Did he have the hat back?
Yeah, he had the hat back on. Yes.
And the last one was, what did they look like?
Beastie?
No, the last person you said.
He's from Spain, yeah. That was the last person I said.
Oh, okay, that's BC. All right, fair.
And then Beastie, the little kid from South Africa.
Oh,
him,
yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot that was your team.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Okay, cool.
Yeah. That was.
Did you guys win? Who won?
We ended up winning, yeah.
You won, yeah. I thought, because I was like, that's a fucking strong team.
Yeah. I remember like when we got picked out, I was like, I was a bit nervous to see who was going to be my team. I was like, oh.
But who is it? Waxy that chose everyone?
Apparently that's how it works. So they, in the crowd of pre-final day 1 and 2,
they just pick,
and I was like one of the ones that got picked the first day, and then she picked the rest the next day.
Ah, okay. Yeah. But did you find out on that first day?
I didn't find out till the next morning. Till the morning we started rehearsing. So I met them all that morning.
Oh, so they said you're in the team, you got to go.
Yeah. I met them all in like the morning we rehearsed for the battle. So like we were down in the lobby quiet as hell. Like,
hi, nice to meet you.
Everyone was just like tired. Rafina was like half asleep after the night. The night before, true. And then like everyone was just like tired. But then Max was like, "All right, let's go."
Oh wow!
I was just like, "Yeah, let's do it."
And what was the rehearsal like for the thing? Was it like super strict or more just?
I kind of got like the first hint of what the Japanese training's like.
Really?
Yeah, from Waxy. But it was still fun though because she was just like, "Okay, we'll do that," and then once we've got it unlocked, she'd be like, "Keep going,
drill it."
Yeah,
really?
Drill it. But yeah,
hey, I mean, it worked. You guys won. It
worked. Yeah. How'd you feel about it?
About the crew battles?
Yeah, the crew battles.
I spoke about it a bit on the pod last week, but I thought it was good, except for there was a lot of people. I don't know if you felt this being in it, but like there was a lot of people that hadn't done crew battles before specifically. Yeah. And it was like for example, like some of the rounds got really long.
Yeah.
Or like, it would be like, there was a couple of times where it was like someone, I don't think it happened in your team actually, but in some of the other teams where someone would go and it's a popping song and then someone would jump on and I'm like, bro, you have a popper. Like, let the popper go to the popping song.
Yeah,
like,
we were like, you can go, you can do that song.
Yeah. It's like certain song comes on, everyone looks at Rufina like, okay, that's you, obviously. That's you. You know what I mean? I think actually you did quite well. I remember there was, like some hip hop songs that you killed.
Yeah, Waxy was just like, when it's a hip hop song, just let him go.
Yeah.
Popping song, let him go. Rafina and Beastie together.
Yeah.
Afro song, house.
And I think that paid off also, like you guys all being, or like at least having the strong leadership, but also having that organization, it helps.
Yeah, it was pretty organized to be honest. Like,
it
was like a very organized team battle. Like, I found it was pretty good. Like, I was just tired.
Yeah, that's the problem when you have people from the competition.
Yeah.
Like, they might be dead. And then, was there anyone in the crew battles that had to battle in the world finals? Yeah. Or did they only choose people that got knocked out?
People that got knocked out were the ones who were like,
for the right. That kind of makes more sense.
People who got knocked out pretty much.
But still, you guys are tired from there because it's literally the next day after the two.
It was after pre-final 2.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you were in
pre-final 1. I was the only one, but I was like sick. I woke up really, really sick after pre-final 2.
The food or?
Yeah, kind of, but like also like really tired as well.
Okay.
But I got like sick and then I was like so nauseous like before the battle started.
Yeah.
And then midway, I think it was like the final, there was a moment where I just turned around and looked at Rafina. I was like, "Are you tired?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm tired too." I'm
just
tired.
Got to push through one more battle.
We're like one more to go.
Yeah.
But
worth it.
It was worth it. It was really fun.
And you said you got into light feet a little bit as well.
Yes.
How has that been?
It's been good. I learnt off quite of like my big homies back home, like Kieran Crow, and then King K actually came down last year.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
And that's where the first time I met him.
Met
him, Diggs, Joanne.
All sick. Yeah.
Yeah. Those 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met those 3 and like, I've enjoyed the start. I haven't really been going too hard on it because like I've kind of been focusing on my dancing, like just
especially with Red Bull in
the way I want to move and like how I feel like I should be moving, what feels right. But yeah, it's a good style. So
when you say that, do you mean like you're kind of like stepping outside of like any specific style or focusing more on one style or?
Right now, like for me, I think like movement to the music is like one of the things where I'm just like focused on. Like
not thinking about foundation stuff,
or anything like that. Just seeing where my body takes me, I guess.
Okay, what made you decide that?
I don't know. Like I just had this different spark. I don't know, for some reason. Like lately, I've just been like feeling like what feels natural, and whatever that feels natural, just do that.
Fair.
Yeah.
And so wait, I don't know, I'm going back to something else. But what did you go to take flight for? You did the whole camp?
Yeah, I did the whole camp.
And what made you go to that?
Well, I went to that because I've always actually wanted to go to the camp.
Oh, okay.
Like I was always like interested in the camp and see like what it's about and everything. And it was a good camp. Like I learned a lot over there as well, just about movement quality and like how to move. They had like Caitlin Watson.
Yeah, some sick people there.
There was sick people. Poppin' Pete was there as well.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he was there as well.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Did you popping classes?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, mad.
Yeah, I did his class. He did.
How'd you find this class?
He's a character.
Yeah.
He's a character.
Yeah, he's a character.
I love him. He's a character. I like the way he teaches. I like his methods of teaching.
Yeah.
It's very much like keep going.
Yeah.
Until you get it right.
Yeah.
But I was...
Very enthusiastic teacher as well. Yeah.
No, he's sick. He's sick.
Yeah. Okay, sick. So with the what you said about just focusing on movement, do you find like the take flight type of thing helped that type of training?
Yeah, it helped a lot. It helped a lot to tap into like just being able to like reach having no limit. So Poppy actually said if you have a limit to what you're doing, there's no point of really doing it. There's like a limit to it. Like, if you're just gonna give 100%, why can't you just give more?
Yeah,
than
right.
100%? So I was just like, such an OG thing to say, but yeah. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like just committing more to like my body and stuff, like because of how large I am and tall as well. Like that's one of the focus one of the things I've been really focused on lately, and just yeah.
Do you find that more difficult? Like, being obviously more. You've never been short, but like, but like being like, is that something you find as like that holds you back in dance?
I wouldn't say it holds me back because I try my best to use it as much as to my advantage.
Yeah.
Now I'm really, really trying to tap into it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where I'm like, people usually be like, "Oh, you're very long," but use your limbs.
Right.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, definitely gonna like tap in more.
Because it like, I guess it changes the dynamics of all the movements, and I mean it's the same for like. Obviously, I'm short, so it was like I was always trying to dance bigger, if you know what I mean. And then you have tall people that like sometimes they try and dance smaller, and it's just like it's a whole thing to try and understand not only the size of your body, but also like how that affects how things look as well. Because it's not like sprinting when it's like there's just one objective. It's like you have to also look at your body and be like, does this look how I want it to look, and like create the type of aesthetics that you want. And if you're definitely if you're like out of the average, whether it's tall or short, it's like you don't have a lot of how do I say that, like role models to look at and be like if you go and take a choreo class, do you have to like adjust how you're doing the movement to your body if the teacher's shorter than you, for example? Like, how do you think about that?
I naturally just have to like move like a certain way. Like I have to like not double time it, but like double.
Yeah.
Like
make it
overly extend what I'm doing as well. So like that's helped. But freestyling a lot like that has helped as well. So like freestyling to like try and reach different lengths, different angles and stuff has been the biggest factor in that as well. Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, I mean it's a whole other thing to think about.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
So what's your experience with the London dance scene so far?
I haven't really experienced the full, I haven't had the full experience yet.
Yeah, I don't know, there hasn't been so much going on.
Yeah, not much, because came out like a very like chill time right now.
Yeah. A rare chill. I feel like now we're kind of winding down the year a little bit, but yeah, I think you just missed a bunch of battles as well.
Yeah, I can tell because everyone's just like at home in the cold.
Yeah. But you linked up with some people.
Yeah,
this
I linked
week,
up with who have I linked up? I've linked up with obviously the boys, like the Light Feet boys.
Yeah, the Nottingham guys, right? Vomi.
Non-Vomi boys, yeah. And then I've been being around like Messiah a lot as well.
He's fucking sick.
He's crazy. He's fucking crazy. And then Idris.
Yeah, also sick. I think it's his birthday today.
Yeah, it was maybe yesterday.
Yesterday.
It was his birthday. So Idris, Leo, Messiah.
Sick.
But they've just been speaking about, there's more.
People.
There's more, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. Where are they? I want to meet all of them.
I think I feel like a lot of people are out of the country at the moment, but it is a really quiet time at the moment.
It's a quiet time. So I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'll probably see them eventually at some point.
Yeah. So how has it been like linking up with them? Do you find the dance like different over here? Do you find it similar? Like what's been the... What's your analysis from what you've seen?
From what I've seen, I can talk about the choreography side, the class side.
Oh yeah,
true, what I've seen. I've been doing a lot more classes and seeing a lot more classes and like seeing dances here. I think London and Sydney are kind of similar in terms of the class culture, low key, kind of a little bit. I just think energy in like the wanting to learn. Like I think I've noticed that a lot here from like in terms of the choreography. Like everyone's just like always dancing here.
That's good.
Everyone's always dancing here. Even the boys as well too, like jamming with like people. I'm like, you guys always dance. And I love that. Yeah.
Sick. And do you find the same sort of separation here from what you've seen of like freestyle and choreo is very separate, or I'm interested to hear it from the outside perspective. Like I have my opinions, but
what do you think?
I think it's a lot better than it used to be, but I don't know. Like coming into it now, you might be like, "Oh, people are super separated." It used to be way more separated, in my opinion.
Oh, I don't think it's separated. I think it's like together, because I've been hearing like, "Oh, that guy used to freestyle, but he does class now," and then like people will say, "Oh, she used to be in open classes, now she's just like doing battles now." So like,
exactly.
That's nice to hear, because that's not a thing back home.
Really?
Yeah, nah. Like, you don't see that much people doing the crossover.
How come? Is there a reason you think, or?
I mean, it's just like, the whole commercial street.
Like, it's just like not.
It's kind of like, it's a community thing as well too.
All right.
So yeah, it's a community thing out there, but it's only time. Only time will tell.
Yeah, for sure. And I think also the more the battle scene has got bigger, the more choreo people have kind of like, I don't want to make this as blunt as I'm going to say it, but like they've seen the point of it. Because before it was
really?
like, like you'd see this little battle and it's like there's like 30 people there, whatever. And then you're like, well, I just came off, MTV. Like, why am I, come and do this battle? Like, why? What's the fucking point?
It's anyone who is, anyone who has done commercial work and been on TV and goes to battling will always say back home, they will say it's one of the most humbling things ever. It's humbling. Like anyone that tells me it's not humbling, they're lying. Yeah. They're fucking lying.
No, it's really, because it's like, no matter who you are, name or whatever, you can lose any day. Like
any day.
Yeah, there's always going to be politics in it, but like
always politics in it.
Yeah, but it's like anyone can get smoked. That's
anyone can get smoked. I always anyone can actually get smoked. Like, it's just because of Korean Lai was saying this to me. I was speaking to him and he was like to me, bro, it's like the economy of why like the world is so like, there's underground dancers in this country, but the underground dancers in this country could smoke the dancers in like the well-known countries.
Yeah.
Like look, Red Bull, Kazakhstan, like
Rafina was
like no one really knew too much about what Kazakhstan as a country, and then it only had to be one person that had to come down and like just blow everyone out.
It's true.
Like that's what I think. Anyone can get smoked, like anyone.
And the battles like almost put you in that situation for it to happen. Like, because in choreo, you're taught to be all this together. Yeah. Whereas a battle is like, right, prove who's better. And then you get those moments of like, oh, she's really better.
Yeah.
The only other thing like that is like maybe auditions. Yeah. And then that gets a bit toxic and like, I don't know. For me, auditions is like, I prefer battles because it's like...
Auditions are fucking...
Yeah. What's your experience? Go on.
I've had some funny experience in auditions. It's been funny. It's been very like you know how like you just like everyone's just like the whole time, and it's like, oh shit, it's serious. Am I in battle right now? So like you'll see like there'll be this freestyle section where everyone's pulling out their best move, but in the audition setting it'll be like improv now. So it'd be like everyone will be pulling out the best tricks ever. So
But I feel like also, I mean, this does happen a bit in the battle scene, but I think there's also like some, from the auditions I've been around, there's some like people are trying to be better than you and take your spot, but they're not. They're pretending they're not. They're like, oh no, you were great. I'm sure you're gonna get it.
Oh yeah.
But like in a battle, it's like, I'm gonna fucking smoke you.
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke you.
And it's fine. Like we both, like if me and you battled, we can both say to each other before the battle, I'm gonna try and beat you. Yeah. And then afterwards, we're still gonna be friends. Yeah. Like it's like we know it's part of the game.
Yeah, it's part of the game. But yeah, the two things are like the two scenes are so different. It like when you go to one, you're just like, oh, it's like that, and then when you get to the other, you're just like, oh, it's like completely different. Like you'd think dances are all the same, but depending from where backgrounds or scenes you're from, like it's all
it's really true. I even find that a little bit within the battle scene, but like different dance styles. Like poppers are different a bit to crumpers. Like
do
you know what I mean? Like the different scenes you go in, you're like people think, you know, even if you did separate a choreo to battle scene, it's like if I go to a crump session, I'm gonna be so out of my depth. Like it's just not my thing.
Yeah, certain styles, some of them don't even like can't even get along. So it's like it's sometimes you're just like shit.
Yeah, I mean even you know when you have like mixed events and it's like, I mean it's a great exercise, but like trying to cipher with breakers is like a whole. It's so cutthroat and like
Yeah.
in
Hurry up.
bro. And it's like if you don't jump in, it's like you've lost your spot. Like there's no one that's gonna. Oh no, you go. It's let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
But yeah, it's so different. I mean, that's even within the thing. So that, and then you go to the choreo scene, and it's like, okay, this is a whole.
It's a whole other ball game. But like, I feel like the battle scene's the only scene where like there's still like divide between like there's all that like you're out of your pocket if you go to popping, if you go to fucking
yeah,
you know, locking or something if you're a hip hop dancer. But
yeah. But I think also like to their credit, like with choreo dancers, it's like. I think it's from our side, from the battle side, I think it's not underestimated, but what's the word? Like underrated how good some of these choreo people are at their job, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I think some like battle dancers like kind of underestimate like how good choreo dancers are at like their job and like
100%.
how much time they put in their craft as well, especially if you're like a higher level choreographer as well.
Yeah.
I think as battlers, like appreciating that a lot more will like can help.
And it's like, you know, you see some of them, or like I guess sometimes the sentiment is like, oh, they're just doing these routines and like they're just learning a combo and then that's it in class.
Yeah.
And it's like when you see in real life, like people like rehearsing or whatever, and you see them, the choreo that they're banging out, the amount of like intricate movements, the presentation of the dance, and they're like smiling and not sweating at the same time. You're like, how the fuck, you know, like how can you do that? And like some battlers can't even remember 2/8 for a fucking commando.
Like don't even know your left from right. You know?
Yeah. And it's like when you see that, it is like a different ball game. I think it's there's an appreciation on both sides because also when choreo dancers, they just think, oh, you guys just freestyle battle each other. It's like then when you understand the technique and the layers and the depth,
going on in there,
there's like, so much on our side that they probably don't understand as well.
I think if you can do both, fuck.
Yeah, that is the key.
That's literally the key. Like you will appreciate more if you've been in both sides. That's why I think I respect choreo dancers, even high level battlers. Like respect everyone
for sure.
Yeah.
What sort of work have you done? Because you said you did like some jobs and like tours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What sort of work have you done on that side?
I've toured with like Australian artists. So
sick.
Like, I've toured with Keenan Lonsdale. He played Kid Flash.
Okay.
So Keenan Lonsdale, and I've toured with Sampa the Great.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I did like before I got here, I did like I did an Australian tour. So I did like 4 cities.
Nice.
So it was a listen out tour over there.
Sick. And that's like kind of as I'm expecting, like a concert.
Yeah, it's like a big festival. So they have like
I got you.
People like Skepta came down.
Sick.
Skepta, 21 Savage.
Nice.
Like Earth Gang, like those artists.
Sick.
They were all like they all did the lineup as well.
And how long was the piece that you had to perform?
I know it was dance heavy, so I think it was a 30-minute set.
Oh, really? Okay.
45-minute set. So
damn.
Yeah, stamina.
Yeah. yeah.
Stamina.
That's not easy.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I think we got off like a rehearse. I was doing another job before I did the tour. And then like a week later the tour was like so last minute and they were like, oh, we're going on tour next week. And I was like,
shit.
Oh, okay.
No rehearsals or anything?
We did a rehearsal. Oh. We did a rehearsal for a week. And then we just went and did 2 shows and then did another rehearsal. Then finished off, yeah.
Oh shit! So you were kind of like doing it as you
we were like kind of doing it. Like we were just like we did like a whole show run of like because the Sampa shows are kind of like we've been doing it for like quite a while now.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's like
so this isn't your first time?
Nah, not my first time. So like Sampa shows are like muscle memory. Like I kind of remember it from the back of my head.
Got yeah. I thought it was like you got booked on the job and then it was a week till you started. I was like, Jesus.
Nah. Sampa shows are like muscle memory. They're kind of like the same sequence. So
right.
Like, yeah. They're kind of just like muscle memory and just like remembering it and
fair.
In every city.
So they like called you back to do that.
Yeah, she kind of like when she's in Australia or like traveling to and from her home country back to Australia, she would just do a tour. Yeah, she did a Europe tour actually.
Oh, sick!
She did London, quite a few places here.
Nice. Not part of that.
I did not do that, but a couple dancers from here did it.
Oh, sick!
Yeah, a couple commercial dancers, like street dancers.
And that would be like the same choreo and everything that you guys were doing.
Same choreo that we did as well. So like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the commercial work scene? Obviously, that's like the artists and stuff. But like, do you get like a lot of audition for like adverts and this type of stuff that we would get?
There's a lot of casting call.
Yeah.
In the commercial scene, so like you got to do the whole self tape thing.
Is that like a regular gig for you?
Oh yeah, like kind of like self taping like a lot, like. Just
for those that don't know what that is, can you explain that to them?
So self-taping is pretty much what's happening right now, but this is not here, and you're just behind a wall, and whatever brief they give you, you just gotta like be the brief, I guess.
Like, what would be an example? Like, have you got one that you would have done, or?
I did one for eBay.
Okay.
And I had to like pretty much, I think I had to talk in an American accent. Yeah, I had to talk in an American accent, and like I had to like act cool, and like have this street vibe. So I like had to set up my whole kitchen and like have my clothes hanging, shoes and all that. And then like this was like at probably after a rehearsal as well, so like 12 in the morning, and like just doing a quick self tape, sent it, and then I just was waiting to hear back from them.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like you have to pretend what the advert's going to look like.
Yeah, pretty much you got to like pretend what the advert's going to be. Like you got to fit the brief before you get booked. Fair. So yeah.
Do you like doing that type of stuff?
It's fun. It's a fun experience, just not at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, fair. Did you book the eBay one?
Yeah, I did actually. The eBay one was sick. The eBay one was sick. And the eBay, I didn't even dance because I thought they needed dance. We thought they needed dancers, so they ended up booking me and my 2 other homies.
Okay.
Yeah, so like we were just on bikes and like riding the bikes around.
Just chilling. Yeah. Oh, sick.
They didn't even talk in an American accent.
So you had to do all that for the self-tape for nothing?
Just for the self-tape, but you know. It was a good.
Fuck it, book the job.
Good job. That's it. That's really how it goes.
Do you have like agents and stuff?
Yes, or agent. I have a manager back home. Her name's Tiana Kenneberry.
Okay.
And she like kind of looks after me, like my crew, and like.
Oh, that's good.
And she like, it's kind of like a family thing. So like she books like her own kids. And she will like put them on jobs and all that if you fit the brief. Quite a lot of other dancers around Sydney as well, in like other places in Australia.
Right. So manager more in the sense that she'll kind of like look after what's like, going on.
It feels like work. It doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
Because I have a personal connection to her.
Got you.
So like, yeah.
And she'll kind of take care of any
she'll like, you can even like, she's like, you can like even go to her for like consulting, like just talk to her. Advice. Yeah. She's more of like a mentor to me. She's mentor, manager.
A little bit agent, kind of
agent,
all the... that's good to have.
Second mom, like all of the above, so like...
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's helped you a lot in like with your journey, having that figure?
That figure, I think she's played a big part in like my career in the last year or so.
Okay.
So we've been doing the Red Bull thing. Just being a dancer and being... She doesn't even help... Like, it doesn't even come... It's not even about dance. She just plays a big part in being a good person, being a good human being and all that stuff. And like how you treat people, how you walk in a room, how like all of the above. Like, yeah, she's played a big part in that stuff, attitude and all that stuff. Right. Yeah.
And how did you meet her? How did you get that connection?
I've always knew about her, like, because I didn't know about her till like 2016, I'd say.
Okay.
Because I had a big cousin, like an older cousin, who taught me everything I know right now. So, and he was doing shows of her.
Got you.
And then
dancing together.
Yeah, she she used to do shows of like just like some like around Australia with like talented dancers as well. So like she'd like just book jobs for that, and then like dancers should book her dancers to be with her. And then like my cousin was like a part of that, and then I've always knew about her, and then it wasn't until like the last 2 years I really got into contact with her, and then now it's like she's like family pretty much.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
And she made a big difference in like the mentality behind.
Yeah, the mentality, how you just everything to do with like what goes on here, because like physically like
you can just do it.
You can just you can just do it, but like it's all what happens here, and like your attitude with dancing. Like I've seen like the best dancers get kicked off a job because of just attitude and how you treat someone in a room, and like and like she's really like installed that in my brain. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sick. And does she ever like input in like training and stuff like that? Or that's,
yeah. She definitely like, she's definitely someone who will like hammer me down on like,
really
keep going, keep training.
Right.
Yeah, like she would just be like, you need to like, yeah, she's just, I wish she could probably be here right now and like you'd speak to her, but yeah, like everything would make so much more sense. But yeah, she's pretty much like the big boss.
That's good to have that.
Yeah,
it really is good to have.
Not a lot of people have that, and like I'm very grateful for that. Yeah,
like having a mentor type of figure does help a lot if you have the right one.
Yeah, the right one as well too. Yeah,
because a lot of people get caught up in with the wrong mentors, and then that's trouble.
That becomes trouble. Yeah.
So what's your like? I mean, you're still quite young, and I mean, you've been dancing a while, but you're like early on in what is hopefully going to be a very long career for you. I'm sure it will. Yeah. But like, what's your kind of? Do you have like goals and like an aim for like what's the like ideal situation with your career?
The ideal situation with my career.
Move to London. Smoke people here.
The ideal situation, like for me, obviously now, like next year, I have different things I want to do. So like, I'm hoping to be more leaning towards the chore stuff while I'm in Australia. Okay. And then like battle wise, want to move around a bit more around the world as well. Okay. So you'll probably see me around here again.
Sick.
Probably be Love around that. Europe for a bit. Like next year, but next year I'll be in Asia.
Okay.
So
that would be good because that's not too far from you, right?
That's not too far. I didn't realize that till I got here. So people were saying, "Oh, Asia's really close to Australia." I was like, "Okay, cool, we're going there."
Yeah, fair. So what's the like closest countries to you? I feel like I want to bring up a map, but like, where would be the easiest for you to travel? Like, let's say in Asia.
I don't really know because of time wise, but
true, yeah.
I think like Singapore.
Okay.
Singapore, Singapore, Vietnam.
Yeah, go visit MT.
Yeah, I'll be there next year for Radical Force.
Oh, is that in Vietnam?
Vietnam, yeah. They moved sick. It from Singapore to Vietnam now, so I plan to be there next year. But I don't really want to set like a goal because like
you're more just exploring.
I'm just like I don't know where I'm going to be.
Fair.
Like I think. For me, I just don't know where I'm going to be in the next 5-10 years. So
you're just more like letting things come to you, see what happens.
I have like little milestones I want to hit. So like I do that, but primarily like do what you love and be able to cater to people with what you're doing.
Yeah, and as long as you're doing that.
As long as you can do that, and like if you can do it if you can do it for free and cater to people with that, just keep going. That's primarily like the ultimate goal, right?
Yeah.
I want to keep doing that, but if I can do this for free, then
so it's more just like continue, like find ways to keep continuing what you're doing,
continuing building onto it, and like finding longevity in whatever I do as well.
And also hit some more countries with the battles. Give people smoking. Take the hair out and smoke people. that was you at Red Bull. I was like, the hair's come out. He's going to fucking smoke this guy.
Take the hair out. Nah.
You had some banging rounds with that.
Sick of this. Nah. I'm like, that's primarily the goal. Like, that's the little minds. I don't plan on battling forever. I'll be so honest. Like,
yeah.
It's not the primary thing.
Oh, interesting. So you more go down to like choreo and tours and that?
Yeah, like more be a dancer. Right now I'm being a dancer. Like I'm living the dancer life. And like, I'm going to have a little run of battles within the next couple of years and like see how it goes.
Yeah,
like
fair.
I really enjoy it though. Like it's one of those games where you're like, you hate it, but you love it.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where I cannot live without it, but I can also live with it.
It's almost like a tattoo. Like I feel like that with tattoo, it's like so painful, and you're like, why do I do this? And then like a week goes by, and you're like, I need another one.
Yeah, you need another one.
Yeah, I feel like that's like with battling. Yeah, it's like you get smoked, and you're like, I'm never doing this again. Then you're like, when's the next battle?
When's the next battle? Like you're never doing it. Like that's me. I'll be like, I'm never fucking coming to this event. Fuck this event. And then I'm like, I'm there the next year as well. That'd be me. But like, to be honest, it's just like, just hitting up more countries, like connecting with dancers around the world. Like,
Sick.
There's big events happening everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
There's
especially here.
Yeah.
You guys got everything.
And I guess if you're here, it's like I was saying, it's easier to pop out to different places.
Yeah, literally. London will be the first stop.
Have you been to Paris yet?
No.
I would recommend Paris.
Everyone was saying go Paris.
Paris is gangster.
Yeah, Jimmy was saying, that was like, we've got too much dancers there.
Yeah.
There's hella dancers over there.
It is.
And I'm just intrigued to see like what it's like to see it. But I know it's heavy competition based.
Yeah, it's very like the thing is, I now with a lot of time, I've been going to Paris for a long time, and I feel like it has a reputation for being like super hardcore and gangster.
Yeah,
but I feel like they're not like they're a bit softer behind the scenes. Like they're nicer people than they come across.
Oh my god!
Do you know what I mean?
Just before, because I know we're going over time.
Yeah, no, you're good.
The nicest people were the French people at Red Bull.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll be so honest.
It's true. Like Jimmy's one of the fucking nicest people you're gonna meet.
And then Jay Sniper as well.
Yeah.
Junior Sniper, like you just like be like, oh, where are we gonna sit and eat? I'm like, oh, we can go sit there, I guess. I don't know where to eat, but yeah. But
just a
like,
sweet guy.
They're like so sweet, and like obviously when it comes to dancing, it's like bread and butter. So like,
I think the thing with Paris is it's more like the atmosphere. When you go to I've been to some other places that are similar, but like when you go to like a French battle, you feel the like battle energy. Like they're not there to fuck around. If you know what I mean. But like as people, they're all in every scene you have some people that are not nice. But like in my opinion, when I've been to Paris, I'm like, everybody's super nice to me. Or like
the French people are very nice people.
Yeah, that is in itself is a very controversial statement.
Really?
Yeah, the same French people are very nice people.
I think some of them are actually nice. I mean, I can't.
I mean, I know French people that would be like, really?
Oh, really?
Like they don't think that about themselves. But no. But I agree with you actually. Like I think they are nice.
At least for the dancers.
True.
I haven't met locals, so
yeah.
I'm excited for all of that.
No, I love the Parisian dance scene and the French dance scene. I think they're all super dope.
Yeah, they're crazy. Yeah.
And just like the skill level alone, you gotta respect that.
Yeah, I need to go there for like at least a year.
Yeah, I mean if you're down this way, I would recommend trying Paris at least for like a weekend or something. There's always something good. They have you're talking about like amount of battles. It's like sometimes they have like 3 in a weekend and like
I know, like how greedy. Like, give us something,
do you know what I mean? Hold some in Australia.
I know, like chuck all the events here in Australia and stuff. But the scene over there is crazy. I'm excited to just see that energy.
Yeah, for sure. And what's the like? I mean, as like a parting words, but like, what do you hope for like the Australian scene, like moving forward in your time being in it? What would you hope? How do you want it to grow? What do you want to see from it?
With the Australian scene, I think community first. No matter what background you're from. And like, if we reunite as one, freestyle, not freestyle, battle, whatever it is, I think we will grow. And that's one thing I'd really, really want to see. And I'd love to see because like, it's not even about us anymore. It's like the younger generation. So like, if the younger kids see this from like the commercial world, or like the freestyle world, they're gonna be like, yeah, let's keep going. And like, I like to say for like my generation right now, like in Australia, I feel like we are kind of starting to like be the niche, I guess, and like make it something what it wasn't, make it what it wasn't before. So like in terms of Australia, I'd really want to see us unite and be one.
Sick.
Because then everyone's going to want to come to Australia.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure everyone's sick of traveling.
Yeah.
Coming so far away. But with Australia, like, it's just us being one and just allowing each other to just be people's first. Like, be people's first and then the dance
second.
Sense.
Yeah. Fair. That's a good message.
Yeah.
Sick.
Australia.
Nice and positive. But cool. No, I'm happy that we got to have a chance to chat while you were in London. It's super nice to see you dance in Red Bull. Actually, you were killing it.
I actually never thought I was be on this podcast because this podcast is lit.
He's
lit.
I really appreciate that, man.
Capsule. I told him as well when he came to the after party. I was like, because I seen him. And then I stopped him. I was like, wait, that's Capsule. And then I was like, yeah, that's Capsule. That's Capsule. And then I was like, bro, I was like to him, I fuck with everything you do, unapologetic, talk about every and anything. And I think you're pretty much like that breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you,
that's
man.
missing in dance right now.
Oh, I appreciate that
like,
a lot.
Talk about every and anything, and like, you know, this could be. It's probably not going to be a podcast anymore. You'll be commentating at battles.
Oh, mate.
I think that should be. I want to see that commentation at battles. You and Metal Palace.
Yeah. Oh, bro. That's what I said. Listen, I've done a couple like the commentating like on some of the live streams.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, me and Metal, like I would
think you guys would be like
to do that.
It'd be like a WWE moment, like a whole like at the table, like
that, I would have to like drink some serious coffee to like keep up with him. He is like fucking on, but like
he's on because if you having the coffee on the table and he's like, bro, he's crazy.
No, but I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much, and like I am trying to be, especially like I don't know. I think the thing you said about being unapologetic and stuff, I think it's like if we all whoever people on the pod, me, anyone, is like if we know we're being genuine with our intentions, that we shouldn't be scared to talk about shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like I know I'm not trying to be an asshole when I say stuff, so even if it comes across a bit wrong, I'd rather just say the truth. We'll get to the bottom of it, but like I know my intentions are for us all to do better and whatever.
Yeah,
so
like I don't know. It's like
exactly.
You're just talking like,
and people are always gonna get upset.
Everyone at the end of the day, people always get upset no matter what wrong or right you do. So like
exactly,
it's always your intentions.
Yeah.
And me personally, I just think you're like the shit right now.
Nah, bro, I think the same about you, my friend.
Right. You're the shit right now, especially when it comes to like covering dance. Like,
oh, thank you, man.
You give a good insight into what dance should be and like what it should look like and like and what these dancers are doing and like what is their I guess you like know the blueprint of what some dancers do and in their dancing, and then like you know exactly like that's what they do and like what you can learn from them, like what you can learn from them, like sick stuff.
Safe, man. Oh, I don't know how to take all these compliments, but I'm enjoying it.
Sorry. Nah, it's crazy.
But yeah, I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, man. And I am very glad I didn't have to battle you in Red Bull because
you were smoking me, bro.
No way, bro. Not after that performance, mate. Especially not me now at fucking 35. I ain't got energy for that dance your style stage, my friend.
That was a crazy weekend.
Bro, you guys were like, everyone, especially, I was saying this on the pod, but I think the pre-finals were like some of my favorite, like even more than some of the world final stuff.
Really?
Just because it's smaller and intimate and it's a bit more like I'm by the stage, I feel it a bit more. So like I was way more hyped watching you guys battle in the pre-finals, I think, than some of the world finals. The world finals were good also, but
pre-finals was interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, thank you for coming through while you were in London. I super appreciate it, man. Good to not only meet you in India, but like actually have a chat with you here. And shout out to the Australian scene. Hopefully I'll be out there one day. That would be absolutely amazing. Cover some battles out there or come and get involved. Kieran said a lot of good things about you guys.
Yeah, he's there in December.
Yeah. Oh, is he?
He's there literally when I get back.
Oh yeah, he is actually. Yeah.
Lightfest.
Kapow.
Yeah.
Because I think we were supposed to do some rehearsals, but he can't do it because he's in Australia. But yeah, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Everyone that's tuning in for Eddie, this is the Capsule. Please check out all of our stuff. And anyone that's tuning in from the Capsule that doesn't know Eddie, go and check out his social pages. Do you want to give him a plug? Like, where can we find you?
Just the real Edwin Liberty.
There we go. Edwin Courage Liberty. Probably the coolest name that's been on the podcast.
Everyone's just going to be like, no Eddie anymore. Courage.
Yeah, Courage. Yeah. Courage Liberty. That's like a superhero name. Who's that? It's Courage Liberty to the rescue. That's a sick name. All right, bro. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to come back anytime you're in London. And I think, how long are you still here for?
I believe I leave the 25th. Yeah, 25th. Yeah.
So there might be, there might be still a few days after this comes out that you're in London. So people, if you're watching this immediately on the day of release, he's probably still in London. So hit him up until the 25th.
Facts. Yeah.
And yeah.
Shout out Capsule.
Oh, there might actually be a battle on the 24th. I think there's a battle on the 24th.
Yeah, everyone's been talking about that.
Yes,
I think
there
I
you
might
go.
have to just like go to that.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Check that one out.
Yeah, I'm checking that out.
But yeah, cool. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Caps you next week.
Catch you next week.
And thank you for being here, man.
Thank you
All right.
so much.
Peace, guys. Bye.